Hello, beautiful ones. Hello, hello. Welcome to this space. Yes, welcome to this space. Thank you for being here and bringing your beautiful divine presence into this space. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to jump right in here. All right, so we have our Q&A first. And I got a lot of questions. Thank you so much for sending them. So I'm going to go ahead and use these unless anyone who is here has a question that they have been dying to ask. If you do, just feel free to jump right in and I will be happy to answer your question best I can right here. If not, I'll move on to the ones that have been sent in. I think some of you who are here, yes, actually have questions here. All right. So you can interrupt me at any time and ask if you feel to. But here, we'll just start moving through these. So, and all of these are so beautiful. Thank you so much. These could be an entire space on just one of these questions, but I'm going to do my best to get to all of them. All right. How do we handle someone we know, someone close to us, putting us down or judging us? And that's a big one. And I think everyone here has been in that space. So first off, love to you all divine ones. It is never easy. It is never easy to have anyone we love and or don't even know judge us, right? I mean, even with many of you having social outlet platforms, yes, many of you are on IG or TikTok or YouTube, and sometimes they might say something even about a simple post. You just feel to share your love with the world, and someone has to say something judgmental on it. It's never easy. So I acknowledge that with you. But what I do ask and offer for this particular space is that you remember who you are. You are not who they say you are. You are who you say you are. And you are unique and beautiful, and you have your own gifts to bring to this space. And every single human is experiencing their own expansion. And the experiences we have, what they feel like, what they look like, how we read them, are a reflection of the spaces we're asking ourselves to see. So even when someone maybe what you feel is putting you down or judging you, they may be giving you the opportunity to strengthen how you see you. Yes, they may be giving you the opportunity to strengthen how you see you. Because if you waver, if you wobble, if you are hesitant because of what someone else, close to you or not knowing you at all, stranger or family, loved one, if you waver and hesitate about who you are and your truth based upon what they say, then do you really know who you are in your truth? And so they may be bringing you the opportunity for you to strengthen that space of you. I know that's how I look at it. And there are many ways to look at things. This is just one way, one way, yes? But when I shifted because I used to come from that pain that goes through your whole body and you feel like you've just hit the ground, and how could they not like me? I'm likable, or how could they not see that this was a good thing I was saying or whatever. I remember that space, but that space stopped coming when I stopped seeing that space that way. Meaning, now if there's ever a moment where someone has a judgmental view towards me or is in any way, which thank goodness they do tend to be less, but I'll even have someone on TikTok show up now and then, which my daughter, she's 18, she went through some of my comments on one of my posts on TikTok, and she said, Mom, you're really blessed because these people they write nice things. And she says, not all, comment feeds are like that. So I do, but once in a while, someone will say something and you just wonder, why did you even feel you needed to write that, right? But now I look at it as it's just where they're at. It has nothing to do with me. It's just where they're at. So if someone judges you or puts you down, and sometimes it's our perception. They might say something and they didn't mean it or intend it to be a judgment. They didn't mean it to be putting you down. They meant it a totally different way, but you're working through something. I'm working through something in me that we heard it, we interpreted it as a judgment. But maybe it's because we have that judgment on our own self, yes? So there could be a lot of things happening here, but if you can lean in with love for yourself first, it only works that way. Because then those on the outside can return that love to you. If the love is not planted first by you in your own garden, it cannot be returned unto you from the outside. But think about that. Think about if you're in a space where you're feeling like someone has judged you and or they're being hard on you or putting you down in some way, that it could be a perceptional thing, right? That maybe you're being hard on you, right? And they're reflecting that back. And maybe you need to loosen up a little bit. You need to love a little bit more right where you're at. Or it can be also you strengthening your ability of anchoring into your truth, that you don't waver. If they don't see what you see or how you see, that's fine. That's fine. But you don't let them knock you off your path. That's the big one for me, because I work with a lot of individuals who are moving into new spaces of themselves. And many of you do as well. Your teachers, your guides, your coaches. And one of the saddest things that I've ever experienced is when I see someone who's very gifted and talented and someone judges them and they pull back. They pull back because that judgment scared them, it hurt them, and they think, it's not worth it. I don't want to put myself out there if that's what it feels like. But if you can anchor into trusting you and loving you so truly and your gifts and who you are, that you do not waver when someone else may not see you as you are, then no one can take that from you. But when you pull back, you gave them everything. You gave them the power. You gave up on you. So lean in and trust yourselves, yes? And allow yourself to strengthen how you view you. If these spaces arise, just say, that's them, that's their space, and just strengthen how you see you. And see, with my being now for the last 2 or 3 years, I don't waver, I don't stop. And some of you have inside information and you know about little spaces along the way that people didn't see me in the same way, and they may have judged a space of me, but I don't have time for that. I have a mission, I have a purpose, I have a greater good. I don't have time for these spaces, so I don't even look at them. And if they're meant to work out and align with you, they will. And some of you even know that. You've seen that happen in my work with different people. And if they're not meant to work out, they won't. They'll dissolve. And that's okay too. No judgment on this. All right, let's move. All right. Do our families ascend with us? It feels so dense sometimes when they don't see what I see or feel what I feel. How do I get through that space? All right. So it's kind of like the first one, because you have to love you and trust you. You have to anchor into you and let them be them and you be you. Do they go with you? For the most part, I think everybody goes. Well, I do know this. I won't say for the most part. I believe everybody goes into the space of their alignment that is best for them. And if we truly love our loved ones, that's what we want. We don't want anyone to try to go faster than they're able. We don't want anyone to get left behind. And nobody really is. Everyone is. There's no, in my humble opinion, there's no left behind. Everyone is constantly being given the opportunity by their own being to move into the next space of themselves. Everyone is eternal and everyone is expanding, yes, through their experiences. So getting through the moments where it's in your face, you're maybe in a experience with friends or family, and it's a moment where the differences in the interpretation of the space are very, very stark, dense, which that lessens the better you get at navigating the spaces. That lessens. It becomes something you don't find yourself in as much, but you're finding yourself in it because it's part of you expanding. So it's part of the course of you stretching, you getting your conscious muscles, okay? Yes? And so the only way you're going to get them is to have to use them. And so you are in a situation, you're in an experience that is asking you to use your conscious muscles, your conscious compass, your inner knowing, your self-mastery. These things are not pretend, they're real. And when you use them and you implement them, you strengthen them. So if you're not using them, they're not going to get stronger. And then once they are at that space of being your default, if you will, it's just who you are. You know who you are. You do not waver. You do not need your words to be heard by anybody. You know who you are, whether they're heard or not. That's a very, very, very big space of this, okay? You know who you are, no matter what the space is. Now, there's a side to this that can be received as hurtful or painful because you love them and they're not, maybe they're more adamant or even maybe angry about a subject that you won't get into them, you won't get into it with them, and maybe you used to. So now they're like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with us? What happened here? We're not the same. I'm scared. That's what people do. They get scared. But people, the other side of the experience doesn't see it as fear. They see it as mean or wrong. And they say, why are they being so mean? Why are they being so mean to me? Why are they determined to get me to argue with them? Why are they determined to get me to be in this alignment with them? Well, most likely it's because you have been for a very long time. And then they're scared because you're not anymore. And if you can just allow them to be who they are while you be who you are and come from love, do not allow anyone to mistreat you, but be mindful of and discernful of how much you think you have to say and when you have to say it and why you have to say it. Is it really for the right purpose, or is it an old cycled response reaction that you're just used to doing? You know, long time ago, 15 years ago or so, I remember I was studying Wayne Dyer's work. If you've never looked at his work, he has beautiful work. And he said, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And I thought, wow, that's very powerful because sometimes there are spaces where it is much more beneficial to choose happiness because you think you're proving yourself right. But if you truly are in a space where the consciousnesses are not aligned, so the other person is in a totally different alignment, energetically, mindset, so forth, you're not going to be right. Not in their mind, not in that energetic alignment. So why would we want to force it? It's like, it's actually a space of wisdom. That's how I look at it. It's a space of wisdom that you come into and you just realize that you're reading the situation. And this is a space where that would not benefit anyone for me to pursue or to push in that direction. So there's a space of allowance that's being asked for here. There's a space of allowance where you also lean into the understanding of the trust of your own energy. You're very powerful. All are. All are. And as you move forward in your journey and your expansion of who you are, and you have these moments, navigate these spaces, as you do this, your energy vibration shifts. You all know this. You've all experienced this. Your energy vibration shifts. It is inevitable that it emanates out of you, because it's always doing that, whatever level you're at. It doesn't, and there's not really levels, but whatever vibration you're at, and people feel it. You will move more mountains with your energy than with your words coming out your mouth. Meaning, you don't have to always say things. And I did a video on this, kind of. I just put one out on YouTube. And I was talking about how when I made some changes in my life and my husband wasn't there in that space with me, how he said, you can do it, but I don't want to do it. And I was, okay, great. And I didn't proceed to say, but why don't you want to do it? And why don't you like it? And then try to talk him into looking at it or being open to it, preaching about it, teaching him about it. Because that was a space I did do for part of my life. I thought the minute I had anything, I wanted, him to like it just as much as me. And my kids, oh yes, they had to too, right? And then I realized I wasn't letting anybody have their own expansion. I was putting my expansion on everybody else, and they weren't in that space. I was. So I just started living my consciousness. I started living my energy, my thoughts, my understandings. I started living them, being it, without having to profess it to everybody, right? In a sense, I'm still professing here, but you willingly show up, yes? And my entire family shifted when I stopped trying to shift them, and I just was me without attachment to where they were. But that is all part of the flow of our beings as well. That is all part of the flow as our beings as well. And I do love that Meredith wrote in quantum maturity. Yes, I love that. That's beautiful. We are learning these spaces of ourselves, and we are allowing them to be present in all aspects of us. All right, now let's see. Can my family's sense of lack stop me from being prosperous or wealthy? There's, okay, so they have all right. So you have a space where you have cycles that you can see in your family. And this could be other than wealth. This could be other than prosperity. There can be health, yes. There can be relationships. Sometimes if one person has difficulty with a love relationship, you can look back through families, and sometimes it's a repetitive cycle as well. It is an energetic thing that we can have passed on, but just as it is an energetic alignment that way, it is also able to be healed, and through your family lines as well as you are healing it in you. So once you heal you, or work in a way in which your alignment is optimal, because I think it's always an expansion. I think it's a continual expansion, but it only gets better. Once you are in that flow for your own being, it is the family lines actually receive clearing and energetic alignment because of your healing. So it's quite interesting if you allow yourself to think about it for just a minute. There's a big thing here being given to us. Doing nothing and robotically going through life, which is what a lot of humans do, and I did for a big part of my life, because I didn't know I was even doing that, right? If you do nothing, you are automatically energetically aligned to all of these spaces, genetically or in your families, yes? But the minute you do something, that alignment begins to clear for you and then moves out through your family. So that's a really powerful space to allow ourselves to focus on. If anyone is in this space, that beautiful one who wrote this in, and any others who this identifies with, whether it's a habit, an addictive thing going on in the family, or issue with lack or love or health, whatever it is, that freeing of you, that expansion of you into your wholeness echoes through the energy lines connected to your family. So just like the question asking it is showing us that they were seeing that the lack of the family was in the lack of their life now, but you have the ability to actually reverse that and start with you, and only do it from a space of love for you, an understanding of your worth. You may pick up on key phrases or program thoughts that you've been given that your family has. Like some families will be, it is what it is. Some they say money doesn't grow on trees. I'm doing an abundant program right now, and I made one of my thumbnails for a video I did for them was, money doesn't grow on trees unless you plant the right seeds. Then it can grow on trees. But anyways, families have these sayings. It's very common for families to have these sayings, and they pass them down. And so just like you can write an affirmation on a Post-it, yes, right? And you can remind yourself and to align to that energy. Families have been placing affirmations on their family lines for decades, generations. But some of those affirmations are not optimal, yes? They've been affirming something dense. So just allow yourself to maybe even review the phrases, the sayings that are most commonly said in your families, and see if there's any that you would like to flip and or bless and kind of shift the way that they are flowing energetically. So here we go. I answered the ones that came in prior. Let me see here. Yes, Chantil, you wanted to ask a question? Okay, and then Nitu, how do you? Yes, Chantil, can you type it in? If not, if it's long, you can come off, you can unmute and speak as well. Let me read Nitu's while we're in this space. How do you then create a healthy boundary when you are anchored in that space of love and truth, honoring all, but still mistreated? Well, Divine One, I think that in all situations are so unique, but there may be a space in which all have to, and that level of mistreatment is really personal. So I don't know, nor do I feel this might not be the space to analyze that deeply, but no one deserves to be mistreated, and there are many levels of mistreatment. But if that is not shifting after a certain amount of time, then I would think one would need to, look into if there is not some other choices that need to be made, or things that need to be said, or maybe assistance that needs to be looked into, as in therapy for everyone involved, or some type of additional guidance for the ones who are mistreating others, because that's not an environment that you want to be in. I know. And if they're not shifting, my inner knowing would be that there is something possibly still present, worthwise, or some type of harm that the soul or the spirit has endured, that it has not fully healed, and it is still in a space where it is allowing this type of alignment for whatever reason. And I know those are really big spaces, especially when they are those that we have loved and or do love. And I never ever say to anyone, leave, or tell them to leave. I believe in doing everything you can to expand together, because I know it's possible, and I know that it's optimal. But there are spaces where they're not ready to make those shifts. They're not ready to meet you where you're at. That can happen. And how you would create a healthy boundary when you're not being treated right. And I'm not in your space, so I don't know what you're dealing with, as far as if I tell you to stand up for yourself or to say no, how that will be received. So I never would want you to move into a direction in which you could receive additional mistreatment. So this is a really big space, but you deserve to be honored and respected. And maybe we could speak privately on this a little bit more in email, so that I would be able to share with a little bit more understanding, and it could be handled a little bit better that way. Maybe Nitu, I would love to do that if you would like to email me, and we could take this a little deeper. But Chantil, did you have a question as well? Thank you so much, Nitu, for asking that. I'm sure there are others here that were wanting to hear the answer to that as well. All right. Yes, let's see. Okay, all right. Email me as well. How's that? Take your time with it, Chantil. She's formulating her question. So take your time with it and email me, and we'll go over it that way. But yes, I think a lot of us are navigating, moving through this space of really being someone new. You're not who you were, and you're being asked to be who you are. And many of you have been kind of dealing with that for maybe a couple years now, where you have been trying to continue to keep people happy in your lives, but it's becoming harder and harder for you because you just aren't in that same space anymore. As far as maybe the things you do or the things you talk about, this is in a video I did on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a good video about navigating this. It's kind of interesting, because the video, I just posted it late last night. I made it midweek, but I met with a dear friend of mine who asked me some questions, and she's not in our group. And she asked me a lot of things that came in via the questions as well from people in the group. So, and then the video, so it's all connected. So let's listen, right? We know that we're always communicating with ourselves, with what we're experiencing in our lives. We're bringing ourselves answers. So let's make note of the connectivity of this very space, of the questions that came in. And even in the chat here as well, how that tied together. And then this video that is up, check that out as well. I think it will offer some additional space. Then if you have any questions or thoughts or comments you want to share, please email me. I'm right here, and I'll be happy to respond to you. So thank you all for writing in. I love that connectivity you share with one another, and for bringing your presence into this space. And I am right on time to move into our Earth Reconnection energy session, which I'm very proud of myself. This is the best I've ever done at doing a Q&A. So I'm going to love myself in this moment and in all moments. So, all right, beautiful ones, we're going to move into our energy space together, and we're going to take 30 minutes here to reconnect even deeper to the earth. You are ever expanding, incredible being, You are in human form. You have this beautiful human body with your ability to feel and sense. And you have this eternal light inside your vessel. Now you have energy centers in your body that are coming online, and you have energy centers we have never made note of as humans. So all the centers you may have heard of, your root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, the meridians, acupuncture points, all of that, we have more. We have centers outside of the body, like incredible centers of light. And in your hands, in your feet, you have root lines like trees. You are walking trees. All of this right now is activating because you are a new you. And to be the new you, to anchor you in your vessel, these centers have to be activated. They're part of the new you. They're how your energy moves. It needs more outlets. It needs more centers. It needs more spaces of flow. So this earth reconnection that we're going to do is to deepen the ability of you to hold you, because you are in human form. So you ground your energy in the earth. Without that grounding, it feels as if you're going to go poof. And that can feel like a lot of different things, but a lot of people will say like anxiety and scattered thoughts and finding yourself running into things or, dropping things or hitting things. And that's all energy that's just doing this, right? That's what's happening in your field, in your body. It's just all blah, 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 blah. And it needs you to do this. It needs you to anchor. It needs you to ground. So that's what we're going to do here in this space. So allow yourself to lean into that, right? Be open to you, to allowing you, and I will lead you through, and it is your sacred space. So anything you feel in this space, this is you. This is you, and it is for you. You're not here to carry anyone else. You're not here to offer this to anyone else. You can see your loved ones if you want. At one point, we will do that together. But allow this space for you. Allow this space. You aligned this moment. Here you are, yes? All right. So sit, lie down, whatever works for you. You're going to close your physical eyes and you're going to open your inner knowing, your inner sight. You're going to take a nice deep breath. On your exhale, you're letting your body relax. You're letting your shoulders drop. And just allow the space. Ooh, beautiful. We have a lot of really fast moving energy here. Let's just allow the space. We're making our connection. Just allow, just breathe. Oh, we have our full moon today. That's it as well. Yes, I am picking up on all of this now. Yes. All right, just allow the space. Beautiful, beautiful. We have the anchors going in. You're anchoring your being. Your root center is opening right now, expanding down your legs. Your root lines through your legs, lighting up, golden light, moving down your legs, out your feet into the earth. And all of your root lines strong and vibrant, like the tree of life that you are. Just allow the space, just breathe and be. Don't judge what you see or what you don't see, just allow. Trust yourself, trust your team, your light team, your guardians, your guides, your angels, your star family. Breathe. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Your light shaft is lighting up. This is your root center all the way up to your crown, bottom of your torso, all the way up your torso. your spine, your vertebrae, all the way up, back of your head to your crown. There's a lot of energy in the crown centers. Just allow yourselves to see your crown center opening. Beautiful release. Beautiful release. Well done, Divine One. Huge release on the left side of the body. The Divine Feminine is rising. She has risen, but she continues to rise. This is her day. This is her time. She has returned. Her wounds have healed. Many of you are in a space of owning that understanding in yourselves. Your wounds have healed. Divine One, you have healed you. Allow your healed self to rise. It is safe to be your healed one. Oh, Yarasayeya. Yasayeya taro koa nea hiara tutu anawa kaua kea. Beautiful Divine One, your legs are expansive like the trunk of the divine oak. You are so strong and vibrant, grounding into the Mother Earth, your space, your home, your now. Third eye energy, solar plexus clearing. Just allow you. Trust this space, trust you, trust your team, trust your God connection. Oh, beautiful, your hearts are expanding. Oh, ye, irata sao anea kawa tane nea natao kea. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Divine One. So many colors flooding in. You'll be receiving a light bath right now. All of these beautiful colors flooding in. Magenta, orange, red, purple, green, yellow. So beautiful. They're just bathing you in light. Just allow the space. Your roots strengthen. New ones activating. Oh, beautiful clearing. Just allow the space. Feeling the energy in the breasts as well, the Divine Feminine, the Mother. Beautiful. Yes, some of you are releasing spaces in which your feminine was betrayed. Your body. You're releasing that. It's all right if you feel the emotion of that. Just allow that emotion, which is energy in motion, to be, to move. Alchemize it with your love. Allow your God space to heal that energy as it moves. Golden light moving through your body. God space light. Some of you are experiencing it through your legs, your right leg especially. This is your connection moving forward with the masculine. Moving forward with the masculine of you and those that are around you. The men, fathers, brothers, lovers, friends, teachers. Massive shift clearing going on in the right side of the brain as well. healing perceptions and interpretations. You are healing viewpoints of men. Left side of the back, the divine wings of light, strengthening. Just breathe and allow the space. Just breathe and allow the space. You are not who you were. No, you are not. Some of you are seeing that. Some of you are seeing the spaces of you were. And you have been claiming them as past, but you've been living them as are. Yes, you've been saying, I was that, and you have a story that goes with that space, but you've been actually being that space still. And you are no longer in that alignment, and you know it, and you are letting it go. You are allowing it to be transmuted by love. It is not in an alignment with your consciousness. Centers in your hands are opening. Your throat, your authentic self rising. Beyond this now, Divine One, your now is so important to this. You cannot be without the now. Yet at the same time, you are the all. Beautiful scents coming in. Beautiful scent, beautiful smell. Some type of flower. It's gentle, beautiful, clean freshness. Beautiful clearing. Just allow yourself to sense your root lines now, as all of this is unfolding in your body and in your being, in your thoughts and in your energy, in your body, your energy centers. Your thoughts are energy as well. But allow yourself to sense your roots. If you can't feel them, imagine them. You have an imagination, everyone does. Create a vision in your mind of lines of light coming from your feet, golden. Create a vision of them moving through the earth. You're clearing off your left side, really big right now. Some of you are clearing from the abdomen, the outer abdomen. Just allow, this is your family line as well. But it is a pain, it is connected to a physical ailment that the family has carried generation upon generation upon generation. Just allow this space. Imagine your root lines. Envision them golden from your feet, coming down into the earth. Their caliper, their width, yes, the dimension of them, the thickness, expanding, strengthening them, your lines, your roots interwoven with one another, creating a mesh, web-like space, deep anchor. It's harder to pull that out, yes? Have you ever tried to pull up a plant or a weed that has those roots going every way? Wow, they hold tight to the earth, don't they? Allow your roots to hold tight to Mother. Hear her. She sings to you. She speaks to you. You are her child. You are designed to live on and with her. You breathe in connection with her. Her air comes from her trees to you. Her waters quench your thirst, nurture your body, wash you. Her foods sustain you. Her sun enlightens you. This reconnection You will never be who you were. But you will be who you are. You will be it. You will not hide it. You will not box it. You will not judge it. You will not devalue it. You will honor you. You will feel your being rise. And you will know the love of your mother. Just allow the space. Breathe. Beautiful clearings going on, divine ones. Just allow the space. Some big twitches and jolts. There is a massive clearing coming out of the solar plexus right now. Just allow. For some of you, this is a shift, a quantum shift of your being consciously. And for some of you, this is deeply embedded in your family lines. And you are standing in a gap, over the gap, if you will. You are the bridge of light. And you are sending this healing back to all who are ready to receive it, all the way back through your lines. And it comes from your heart. Just allow the space, no matter where you fall in this connection, just allow the space, be the space that it is for you. Some of you, you're seeing your teams of light around you, codes and symbols coming in. Some of you, you're seeing the void, and you're feeling a sense of deep peace, some emotion, love, home, release. Someone here is shedding or clearing something really large off of the left side of the head, and it has to do with your clarity, the way in which you focus your thoughts in alignment with your heart. Just allow. There's an alignment happening as well for your car point. This is above your crown, above the top of your head, an energy center of you. I just ask you to allow the space for a moment, please. Just allow. Whew. Yes. Yes. Oh, beautiful, divine one, beautiful. Your car point has expanded. You have an outer layer to the center above your crown. You have an outer layer of energy around what was known as the car point. You have expanded your consciousness into this activation of this space, direct line into the crown, and then out of this extended energy center of around the car. There are these lines of light that receive the codes of the sun. was very emotional to witness that coming on for you, and I could not even speak. It is a line of divinity. Yes. Breathe. Some of you feel to put your hand on your heart. Follow your knowing. Feel your heart in your body. Feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. Beautiful. Just allow the space, Divine One. Just allow the space. Nice, slow breaths in. Nice, deep exhale. Beautiful. Just allow. Many of you have remembrances surfacing, spaces of connection to origination points for you with Earth. May I present to you to contemplate deeper all of the power spaces of you. Humanity, from a very, very long time, has entertained, thought about, connected with the spaces of trauma they may have had in the past, or the things they've done wrong in other lives. And you are asking you to begin to look at all the spaces you did right. All the spaces of your divinity rising into its powers and its gifts. Allow your focus to be on those spaces of you. Very large clearing for your family lines. Just released. It is done. You have fulfilled the purpose of that space, Divine One. Your spine is a bit different. It is more elongated, if you will, as your energy is moving up your light shaft with more flow. You are not who you were, but you are who you are. Be who you are now. This paper is clean. It is clear. There is not one letter written on this page. You decide the words you write next. Might you write something new? Might you allow it to be anchored in your truth and power? With remembrance of your mother, as you are human in this form. You are divine, and you are here by divine alignment with purpose Trust yourself. Listen to you. Listen to your heart. Listen to your team of light, versions of you, spaces of you. God space. Do not allow the outside world to write your story. You hold the pen. Don't give it to anyone else. You will never write this story this same way again. It is unique to this now. Honor that. Right from your heart, honor you. And in so doing, you honor God. There's no separation. Nice deep breath, Divine One. Nice deep breath. Exhaling and anchoring in you. See your family, see your loved ones, see your friends. See any you are drawn to see. Countries, spaces on your planet. Send love. Send a blessing in this space of alignment. Send healing on all levels for all beings. Sense it in your being with joy and love and gratitude. This is who you are. I see the beautiful Acasma star coming in, blessing the space. We send out gratitude and love to all those, seen and unseen, assisting from the highest degree of love for the greatest good of all. And allow yourself, you can, if you feel to, put your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. You can allow yourself to acknowledge the divinity in all as you acknowledge the divinity within you. Feel your breath move through your body. That's your life force in breath form. You are alive. Live. Live. Do not exist, Divine One. Live. Dance. Sing. Write. Paint. Love. Laugh. Cry. Live. Live. Just allow yourself to bring your focus back slowly to the physical. When you're ready, you'll open your physical eyes. And you'll remember, you'll make note, you'll intend, you'll be aware that your eyes are open and you are seeing your physical. But the you that you are with them closed, when you are intending to connect in with your wholeness and your quantum spaces and you're having that experience, that is what is looking through your eyes. That is not gone because your eyes are open. And that space of you wants to look through your eyes more. Never wants you to box it or leave it behind. It wants to be flowing through you completely in all spaces of you. It is you. It is the God space of you. And it is bliss to allow your God space in every space of your life. That is the epitome of the kingdom of heaven is within. It is within those spaces in which we allow all of our wholeness to be present. Thank you for being in this space. Thank you for being your light in this now. There is no by chance. This is purpose. You are purposeful in being you. Unending blessings upon you, Holy One. Unending. Thank you for the comments, you guys. I love you all so very much. Have incredibly beautiful nows. Yes, incredibly beautiful nows.